Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Ema, the easy English podcast, where we learn real natural English in daily life.
Hello, Jack and everyone listening. I'm Emma, and I'm happy to be here learning English with you today. Let's start slowly and clearly today.
Hey, Emma, it's Jack here. I hope everyone is relaxed and ready for a calm English listening practice session today.
Today we are going to talk about a very important English structure called would have plus past participle. In a simple way,
Many learners see sentences like I would have helped you, and they understand words but feel confused when combined.
that confusion is normal, Jack, because this structure is not taught clearly in the beginning levels, so learners meet it later and feel lost.
Would have is used to talk about something in the past that could have happened but did not happen. This is very important idea in English.
Let's imagine a simple real-life situation where your friend moved to a new apartment and you wanted to help, but you were sick.
You can say I would have helped you, but I was sick and could not go at that time. This shows regret and reason clearly in natural English.
In that sentence, we can see three things you wanted to help you, did not help, and there was a reason. This is the core meaning of would have structure.
Important difference is if I helped you, that is real past action, but would have helped is only imagination, not real past event.
So, would have means a past possibility that did not happen, but we are thinking about it. Now, this helps express feelings and reflection.
This is often used for regret, like I would have called you, but I forgot or I was busy. These are very natural, everyday English expressions.
It can also show ability in the past, like you would have passed the exam, but you were sick. Condition changed result.
So the meaning is if situation was different, the result would also be different in the past imagination. This is conditional thinking.
Now, let's look at the form. It is very simple, would have plus past participle, like gone, done, seen, helped, used in many conversations.
Past participle is same form used with have, like I have eaten or I have finished, so it is familiar to you. This helps learners connect grammar.
When you see would have sentences, don't panic. Just think about regret or mischance or imagination. This mindset makes learning easier.
For example, you would have gone to the party, but you had work, so you stayed home. This is very common daily English.
So today we learned would have is used for past possibilities that did not happen and often shows regret or reflection.
Don't worry if it feels difficult at first. With practice, you will understand it, step by step. This is normal learning process.
Thanks for listening today. Keep practicing. And see you in the next episode of Talk Ema. You are improving step by step.
Exactly, Jack. And today we also learned another form called would have been, which we use for past situations that did not actually happen in real life.
Yes, Emma. For example, we say it would have been amazing, meaning it did not happen or the result was not good in reality.
English speakers use would have been to sound polite and soft when expressing regret, not blaming others or sounding rude in conversation.
If you are listening and understanding this slowly, you are doing great. Just focus on feeling, not memorizing many grammar rules.
Remember, Jack, would have means something in the past could have happened but did not happen. It only stays in imagination or thought.
Now let's connect it to real-life situations like jobs, interviews, and daily work where people often use this structure naturally.
Imagine you had a job interview, but you were nervous. So you say I would have answered better, but I was too nervous at that moment.
This shows had the skill, but something stopped you like fear, or stress. So would have helps explain the situation clearly and politely.
Many learners say I answered better, but I was nervous. But this is confusing because it sounds like real performance instead of imagination.
So the correct form is I would have answered better, but I was nervous, which clearly shows missed opportunity in past situation.
For example, in work, you can say, I would have come to the meeting, but my child was sick, which sounds polite and respectful.
This is important because it avoids sounding rude or careless, and it helps you explain problems in a calm and natural English way.
In daily life, like friendships, you might say, I would have called you, but I lost my phone, showing you cared but could not act.
This structure is very useful in emotions because it shows intention and care even when the action did not actually happen.
Now let's talk about common mistakes learners make when using would have. Because many people use it without a clear reason.
One mistake is saying I would have gone without explaining why. But English needs a reason like, but it was raining or I was busy.
Without a reason, the sentence feels incomplete because would have always connects to a condition or situation that stopped the action.
Another mistake is confusing would have called with would like to call because one is past imagination and other is present desire.
So would have is about past possibility, while would like to is about future wish or current intention. They are not the same.
Now let's look again at would have been because it is also very common in conversations about experiences and feelings.
For example, we say the trip would have been fun, meaning the trip did not happen. Or the experience was not enjoyable in reality.
So overall, would have been is used when we imagine how a situation could have been different in the past or in another condition.
Another example is, it would have been easier if you told me earlier, showing gentle disappointment without anger or conflict in speech.
Yes, Emma, speakers use this kind of sentence to stay polite and soft while still sharing honest feelings in everyday conversations.
If someone invites you but you cannot go, you can say, I would have loved to come but I had work. It sounds warm and respectful.
This structures helps you sound emotionally intelligent because you express feelings clearly without sounding rude or too direct.
Now, let's compare four sentences slowly, so learners can clearly understand how meaning changes, even when words look similar.
I didn't help him is just a fact. I couldn't help him shows inability. I wouldn't help him shows refusal in a simple way.
I would have helped him shows willingness, but no opportunity. So grammar changes, meaning completely depending on his situation and time.
This is why grammar is not only rules, but meaning and communication that changes depending on intention and real situation.
If you are thinking you understand this better now, that means you are improving step by step without even noticing it.
You do not need to use would have perfectly tomorrow. Just start noticing it in movies, songs, and real conversations.
Now let's move into speaking practice, because many learners understand grammar but still feel stuck when they try to speak.
That speaking panic is normal. Your brain knows the rule, but your mouth cannot find words quickly under pressure.
Let's use a real situation. Someone asks, why didn't you join us yesterday? And you need a natural, calm answer.
Instead of I was busy, you can say I would have joined you, but I had a family commitment. It sounds natural.
This sounds warmer because it includes intention, reason, and past situation all together in one simple English sentence.
Remember the structure is would have plus past participle like joined, helped, gone, done. This is key for fluency.
Many learners forget and say, I would have joined you. But correct form is, I would have joined you in real English.
This small change makes a big difference in sounding natural, fluent, and more confident when speaking English daily.
Now, let's use this in daily life, like health, work, and routines, so English becomes practical and not just theory.
For example, I would have exercised more, but I was too tired after work. This sounds honest and very natural.
Compare it with, I would exercise more, but I was tired, which sounds like habit, not a real past situation.
Now let's talk about family situations where people often express regret using would have in a soft emotional way.
I would have called my parents earlier, but I got busy. This shows care and honesty without any drama or stress.
It would have been fun, but I arrived very late, meaning the enjoyable moment already passed in that situation.
Many learners say it would be fun, but I arrived late. But that mixes present idea with past situation incorrectly.
English is very sensitive to time, so always check if you are talking about past result or present idea clearly.
If it is a past situation that did not happen as expected, then use would have or would have been correctly.
Now let's practice thinking aloud slowly because fluency comes from training your brain to form sentences, step by step.
Yes, Jack, when you say, I would have said yes, but I needed time, it helps you think clearly and keeps conversation smooth and natural.
Yes, Emma, in social pressure situations, we often say, I would have come, but I wasn't feeling well to stay polite and respectful.
English speakers prefer soft, polite language, so would have helps us avoid sounding rude and keeps communication calm and friendly.
Learner says, I didn't tell you because I forgot, but we soften it to I would have told you, but it slipped my mind naturally.
Important rule, Jack, is do not overuse, would have only use it when there is reason, condition, or reflection in the situation.
If you feel this in your language, Emma says you're right because your thinking already exists. English is just giving structure.
Now, Jack, let's bring everything together and practice real-life examples so learners can feel confident using would have naturally.
I would have woken up earlier, but my alarm didn't ring, so it shows intention, past regret, and polite explanation in daily life.
Yes, Jack and I would have eaten breakfast, but I was running late, showing simple, natural English with clear reason and situation.
In work, we say, I would have attended the meeting, but I got caught up in another Feitsasak, which sounds professional and clear.
It would have been helpful if you joined, but I understand you were busy. This sounds polite, empathetic, and natural conversation.
The party would have been more fun if you came showing past unreal situation and shared emotional reflection clearly in English.
Learners often say I would go to gym, but I was tired. Correct form is I would have gone to gym for past situation.
I would have wished you, but I completely forgot. Sounds more emotional, natural, and context-rich than just says, I forgot.
Now, Jack, let's connect with if clauses like if I had known, I would have bought more showing past unreal condition clearly.
If I had joined earlier, it would have been easier to understand the project showing cause and effect in past situation.
I would have joined cinema, but my work ran late, and it would have been amazing to watch together showing intention and feeling.
I would have called you earlier, but I was in a meeting, and it would have been nice to hear from you emotionally.
Common mistake is I would eaten breakfast, but correct is I would have eaten breakfast always. Remember, have is required structure.
Another mistake is I would have liked this movie is correct, but learners sometimes drop words, so always check full form.
I missed the hike. I would have invited you, but I didn't know your schedule, and it would have been fun if you joined.
Next time, I'll tell you earlier, so we would have all enjoyed the trip together, showing future plan and reflection clearly.
The more you practice speaking these sentences aloud, the more natural they become, and you gain real confidence in English.
Don't worry about mistakes. The goal is clarity and confidence, not perfection, so keep speaking every day without fear.
These structures make your English sound polite, thoughtful, and reflective, which is very useful in real conversations always.
So try your own sentences using would have in daily life and notice how your English becomes smoother and more natural.
Thank you for staying with us in this lesson. We hope would have and would have been now feel clear and easy.
Keep practicing every day. And we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone, and enjoy learning English naturally.